134 சங்கீதம் சொல்லுகிறது.
Psalm 134 tells us.
134 కీర్తన చెప్పడి ఉన్నది.
முதல் 3 வசனங்களை வாசியுங்கள்.
Let us read the first 3 verses.
మొదటి 3 వాక్యములు.
இதோ ராக்காலங்களில் கர்த்தருடைய ஆலயத்தில் நிற்கும் கர்த்தரின் ஊழியக்காரரே, நீங்கள் எல்லாரும் கர்த்தரை ஸ்தோத்திரியுங்கள். உங்கள் கைகளை பரிசுத்த ஸ்தலத்திற்கு நேராக எடுத்து கர்த்தரை ஸ்தோத்திரியுங்கள். வானத்தையும் பூமியையும் உண்டாக்கின கர்த்தர் சீயோனில் இருந்து உன்னை ஆசீர்வதிப்பாராக.
Behold, bless ye the Lord, all ye servants of the Lord, which by night stand in the house of the Lord. Lift up your hands in the sanctuary and bless the Lord that made heaven and earth, bless thee out of Zion.
கர்த்தருடைய நாமத்திற்கு மகிமை உண்டாகட்டும்.
May the name of the Lord be magnified.
దేవుని యొక్క నామానికి మహిమ కలుగును గాక.
ராக்காலங்களிலே கர்த்தருடைய ஆலயத்திலே நிற்கிற கர்த்தருடைய ஊழியர்களே, கர்த்தரை ஸ்தோத்திரியுங்கள்.
Bless ye the Lord, all ye servants of the Lord, which stand by night in the house of the Lord.
యెహోవా సేవకులారా, యెహోవా రాత్రి నిల్చుండి వారలారా ఆయన సన్నిధించుడి.
உங்கள் கைகளை பரிசுத்த ஸ்தலத்திற்கு நேராக எடுத்து உயர்த்தி கர்த்தரை ஸ்தோத்திரியுங்கள்.
Lift up your hands towards the holy place, the sanctuary, and bless the name of the Lord.
పరిశుద్ధ స్థలం మీ చేతులెత్తి యెహోవాను సన్నిధించుడి.
வானத்தையும் பூமியையும் உண்டாக்கின கர்த்தர் சீயோனிலிருந்து உன்னை ஆசீர்வதிப்பார்.
The Lord that made heaven and earth shall bless thee out of Zion.
భూమి మీద సృజించిన యెహోవా సీయోనును నిన్ను ఆశీర్వదించును గాక.
ராக்காலங்களிலே கர்த்தருடைய ஆலயத்திலே நிற்கிறவர்கள்,
the ones who stand by night in the house of the Lord.
యెహోవా మందిరం రాత్రి నిలిచిఉండువారు
கர்த்தரை ஸ்தోత్రిயுங்கள் என்று சொல்லப்பட்டிருக்கிறது.
It says you offer thanksgiving to the Lord.
యెహోవాను సన్నిధించండి ఇక్కడ చెప్పబడి ఉన్నది.
கைகளை உயர்த்துவது பாவ அறிக்கை செய்கிறது మాత్రమல்ல,
Lifting up the hands not only stands for the confession of sins.
చేతులు పైకెత్తి పాప ఒప్పుకోలు చేయడం మాత్రమే కాదు,
கைகளை உயர்த்துவது ஒரு நன்றியுள்ள இதயத்தை காண்பிக்கிறது.
Lifting up the hands also shows a grateful heart.
చేతులు పైకెత్తుట కృతజ్ఞత హృదయాన్ని చూపుతూ ఉన్నది.
கர்த்தர் உங்களுக்கு செய்த நன்மைகளுக்காக, ஆசீர்வாதங்களுக்காக அவருக்கு பதிலாக நாம் என்னத்தை கொடுக்க முடியும்?
What can we render unto Lord for all the blessings and the goodness that he has delivered unto us?
దేవుడు చేసిన మేలు కొరకై, ఆయన ఇచ్చిన ఆశల కొరకై మనం ఏమి చేయగలము?
கட்டுக்கட்டாக பணத்தை கொடுத்தால் சந்தோஷப்படுவாரா?
Will he be happy if you give him bundles of cash?
కట్లు కట్లుగా ధనాన్ని ఇస్తే ఆయన సంతోషించునా?
லாரி லாரியாக கோல்டு கொடுத்தால் ஆண்டவர் சந்தோஷப்படுவாரா?
Will the Lord be happy if you give him lorry loads of gold?
లారీ లారీలుగా బంగారు ఇస్తే ఆయన సంతోషించునా?
ஆடுகளையும் மாடுகளையும் பலி செலுத்துவீர்களானால் அந்த தேவனுடைய இருதயம் சந்தோஷப்படுமோ?
If you offer oxen and sheep as sacrifice, will the heart of the Lord be pleased?
గొర్రెలను ఎడ్లను బలిగా చెల్లించినట్లయితే ఆయన హృదయం సంతోషించునా?
கர்த்தர் எனக்கு செய்த எல்லா உபகாரங்களுக்காகவும் அவருக்கு நான் என்னத்தை செலுத்துவேன்?
What shall I render unto Lord for all the benefits that he has given me?
ఆయన చేసిన ప్రతి ఉపకారంకై నేను ఆయనకి ఏమి చెల్లించదను?
ரட்சிப்பின் பாத்திரத்தை எடுத்து அவருடைய நாமத்தை நான் தொழுது கொள்வேன்.
I will take up the cup of salvation and offer thanksgiving unto the name of the Lord.
రక్షణ పాత్ర చేత పుచ్చుకొని యెహోవా నామములో ప్రార్థన చేసేదను.
கர்த்தர் செய்த நன்மைகளுக்காக அவரை துதிக்க நேரம் எடுத்துக்கொள்ளுங்கள்.
Make time to offer thanksgiving for the things that the Lord has done for you.
యెహోవా చేసిన మేలులకి స్తుతించుటకు సమయం తీసుకోండి.
ஆம், கர்த்தருடைய ஊழியர்களே அவரை ஸ்தோத்திரியுங்கள்.
Oh, ye servants of the Lord, you offer thanks to the Lord.
దేవుని సేవకులారా ఆయన స్తోత్రించండి.
ஆம், பிரியமானவர்களே, நன்மைகளுக்காக மாத்திரம் அல்ல.
Yes, beloved ones, not only for goodness.
ప్రియమైన వారి మేలుల కొరకు మాత్రమే కాదు,
ஆம், தீமைகளுக்காக கூட கர்த்தரை ஸ்தோத்திரிக்க வேண்டும்.
Even for the bad things you offer thanks to God.
కీడులు కూడా ఆయన స్తుతించవలెను.
நமக்கு வந்த சந்தோஷங்களுக்காக மாத்திரம் அல்ல,
Not only for the joy that we have received.
మనకు వచ్చే సంతోషాలకు మాత్రమే కాదు,
துக்கமான சந்தர்ப்பங்களுக்காகவும் கர்த்தரை துதியுங்கள்.
Even for the sad occasions you offer thanks to God.
దుఃఖమైన స్థితిలో కూడా ఆయన స్తుతించండి.
ஆரோக்கியமான வேளைகளே மாத்திரம் அல்ல,
Not only the times of health.
ఆరోగ్యమైన సమయాల్లో మాత్రం కాదు,
வியாதியின் பாதையிலே போய் கொண்டிருக்கிறாயே, உன் கரங்கள் தளர விடாதே.
Even you who are going through the path of sickness, you don't allow your hands to become weary.
వ్యాధి మార్గం వెలుచున్నావే, నీ చేతులు సడలనియకుము.
எந்த காலத்திலும் எந்த நேரத்திலும் நான் கைகளை தட்டி நான் துதிப்பேன். எந்த காலத்திலும் எந்த நேரத்திலும் நன்றியால் உம்மை நான் துதிப்பேன். இயேசுவே உம்மை நான் துதிப்பேன், துதிப்பேன், வேளையிலும் துதிப்பேன். இயேசுவே உம்மை நான் துதிப்பேன், துதிப்பேன், இந்த வேளையிலும் பாதையிலே போய்க் கொண்டிருக்கிறாயோ?
Are you going through a hard path?
కఠినమైన మార్గాలు గుండా వెళ్తూ ఉన్నావా?
கண்ணீரின் பாதையிலே போய்க் கொண்டிருக்கிறாயோ?
Are you walking through the path of
కన్నీటి
tears?
మార్గం గుండా వెళ్తూ ఉన్నావా?
வியாதியினால் நீ பாதிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறாயோ?
Have you been affected by
వ్యాధి చేత
sickness?
బాధించబడి ఉన్నావా?
ராக்காலத்திலே நீ சென்று கொண்டிருக்கிறாயோ?
Are you passing through the night time?
రాత్రి కాలం గుండా వెళ్తూ ఉన్నావా?
அந்த இரவுக்காக கர்த்தரை ஸ்தோத்திரம் செய்.
In that night time you offer thanks to
ఆ
God.
యొక్క రాత్రికి దేవుని స్తోత్రము చేయుము.
கடந்து கொண்டிருக்கிற அந்த அக்கினி சோதனைக்காக ஆண்டவரே உமக்கு நன்றி என்று சொல்லு.
For the fiery trial that you are right now going through, you say to the Lord, thank you.
నీ దాటిపోచున్న అగ్ని శోధన ప్రభువా నీకు స్తోత్రం అని చెప్పుము.
துதிக்கிறவர்கள் ஜெயத்தை பெறுவார்கள்.
Those who praise will receive the
వారు
victory.
జయాన్ని పొందుదురు.
நன்றி சொல்கிறவர்கள் தோற்று போகிறது இல்லை.
Those who offer thanks will never be defeated.
కృతజ్ఞతలు చెప్పువారు అపజయము పొందరు.
கடினமான நேரங்கள் வரும் பொழுது சோர்ந்து போகாதிருங்கள்.
When hard times come, do not faint.
కఠినమైన సమయం వచ్చినప్పుడు సొమ్మసిల్లవద్దు.
முறுமுறுக்காதிருங்கள்.
Do not murmur.
సనుగుకొనవద్దు.
அவருக்கு கண்ணு இருக்கா, காது இருக்கா, மூக்கு இருக்கா, அந்த கடவுளுக்கு இருக்கான்னு கேட்காதீங்க.
Don't ask the question, does he have an eye? Does he have a ear and a nose?
ఆ యొక్క దేవుడికి చెవులున్నవా, కన్నున్నవా, ముక్కు ఉన్నదా అని అడగవద్దు.
அவருக்கு எல்லாம் தெரியும்.
He knows everything.
ఆయనకు అన్నీ తెలుసు.
நீ செல்லுகிற பாதை அவர் அறிகிறார்.
He knows that the path you take.
நான் போகும் வழியை அவர் அறிவார்.
He knows the way that I go through.
నేను వెళ్ళు మార్గం ఎరుగును.
அவர் என்னை சோதித்த பின்பு
After he has tempted me,
ఆయన శోధించిన తర్వాత
நான் சுத்த பொன்னாக விளங்குவேன்.
I will come forth as pure gold.
నేను సువర్ణముగా మారుదును.
பழுதற்றவனாக மாறுவேன்.
I will come to a blameless, blemishless state.
నేను నిర్దోషిగా మారుదును.
ஜெயாலியாக மாறுவேன்.
I will become victorious.
నేనుగా మారుదును.
சோதனை வழியாய் சென்று கொண்டிருக்கிற தேவனுடைய ஜனங்களே,
Oh people of God going through trials,
శోధన గుండా వెళ్తున్న దేవుని యొక్క జనమా,
கர்த்தரை நீங்கள் ஸ்தோத்திரியுங்கள்.
you offer thanks to God.
యెహోవాను సన్నిధించుడి.
ஆம், கரங்களை உயர்த்துவது என்று சொல்லுகிறது. எல்லா காலங்களிலும் நன்மைக்காக தீமைக்காக ஆண்டவரை துதிக்கிற ஒரு பெரிய அனுபவமாக இருக்கிறது.
Saying that you are lifting up your hands says that you are offering thanks to God, whether it is for good or for bad, at all times.
పేతురు పైకి చెప్పినప్పుడు అన్ని కాలంలోనూ అన్ని స్థితిలోనూ దేవునికి స్తుతులు చెల్లించుటైనది.
ஆதியாகமம் 14ஆம் அதிகாரம்,
Genesis 14 chapter.
ఆదికాండం 14వ అధ్యాయము
21 ఇருந்து 23 వரை వాసిயுங்கள்.
Read from 21 to 23.
21 నుండి 23 వరకు.
சோதோமின் ராஜா ஆபிராமை நோக்கி, ஜனங்களை எனக்கு தாரும், பொருள்களை நீர் எடுத்துக்கொள்ளும் என்றான். அதற்கு ஆபிராம் சோதோமின் ராஜாவை பார்த்து, ஆபிராமை ஐஸ்வர்யவான் ஆக்கினேன் என்று நீ சொல்லாதபடிக்கு நான் ஒரு சரட்டை ஆகிலும் பாதரட்சையின் வாரையாகிலும் உமக்கு உண்டானவைகளில் யாதொன்றை ஆகிலும் எடுத்துக்கொள்ளேன் என்று வானத்தையும் பூமியையும் உடையவராகிய உன்னதமான தேவனாகிய கர்த்தருக்கு நேராக என் கையை உயர்த்துகிறேன்.
And the king of Sodom said unto Abraham, Give me the persons, and take the goods to thyself. And Abraham said to the king of Sodom, I have lifted up mine hand unto the Lord, the most high God, the possessor of heaven and earth, that I will not take from a thread even to a shoe latchet, and that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abraham rich.
ஒரு ராஜா ஆபிரகாமை முன்னால வந்து எல்லாத்தையும் எடுத்துக்கோன்னு சொல்ற.
A king comes before Abraham and says, you take everything.
ఒక రాజు అబ్రహాం ఎదుటికి వచ్చి అన్ని తీసుకోమని చెప్పుచున్నాడు.
பொன் இருக்கிறது,
There is gold,
బంగారు ఉన్నది,
வெள்ளி இருக்கிறது,
there is silver,
వెండి ఉన్నది,
வெளியேறப்பட்ட வஸ்திரங்கள் இருக்கிறது,
there are precious garments,
విలువగల వస్త్రములు ఉన్నవి,
வெளியேறப்பட்ட பொருட்கள் அங்க இருக்கிறது,
there are precious items there.
విలువగల వస్తువులు ఉన్నవి.
அதெல்லாம் காட்டி நீ எடுத்துக்கோ என்று ஒரு ராஜா ஆபிரகாமை பார்த்து சொல்லுகிறார்.
Pointing to all of those things, the king tells Abraham, you take all of these things.
అవన్నీ చూపి అబ్రహాము తీసుకుని చెప్పుచున్నాడు.
ஆபிரகாம் என்ன செய்தார் தெரியுமா?
You know what Abraham did?
అబ్రహాం ఏం చేసినో తెలుసా?
அந்த பொன்னையோ அந்த பொருளையோ எடுக்கும்படியாக தன் கரத்தை நீட்டவில்லை.
He did not stretch forth his hands to take the gold or those other things there.
ఆ యొక్క బంగారమును వెండి తీసుకున్న చేతిని చాపలేదు.
உன்னதமான தேவனாகிய கர்த்தருக்கு நேராக அவன் தன் 2 கரங்களை உயர்த்தினான்.
He lifted up both his hands to towards the Most High God.
సర్వోన్నతుడైన యెహోవా తట్టు అతని రెండు చేతులు పైకెత్తి ఉన్నాడు.
பணம் வேண்டுமா?
Do you want money?
డబ్బులు కావాలేనా?
பண கஷ்டத்துல இருக்கீங்களா?
Are you in difficulties because of
ఆర్థిక
money?
ఇబ్బందిలో ఉన్నావా?
கடன் பிரச்சனையில இருக்கீங்களா?
Are you in the burden of debt?
అప్పుల సమస్యలతో ఉన్నావా?
எனக்கு நிறைய தேவைகள் இருக்கிறது என்று சொல்கிறீர்களா?
Do you say that I have many needs?
నాకు అనేక అవసరతలు ఉన్నవని చెప్పుచున్నావా?
உங்களுடைய கரத்தை நீட்ட வேண்டிய இடம் மனிதனிடத்தில் அல்ல.
The place that you need to stretch forth the hands is not before men.
నీ చేతులు చాపాల్సిన మనుషుల యొద్ద కాదు.
மனிதர்களை நீ நம்புகிறாய்.
You are trusting man.
నీ మనుషుని నమ్ముకొనుచున్నావు.
அந்த மனிதன் உதவி செய்வான்னு நீ நம்புகிறாய்.
You are thinking that man will help you.
ఆ వ్యక్తి సహాయం చేయని చెప్పి నమ్ముచూ ఉన్నావు.
ஒரு சிறிய பிரதராய் நான் ஒரு இடத்துல ஊழியம் செய்யும்போது,
When I was serving the Lord as a young brother in one place,
ఒక చిన్న సేవకునిగా సహోదరునిగా ఒక స్థలంలో సేవ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు
அந்த சபையிலே முக்கியமான ஒரு விசுவாசிக்கும் எனக்கும் பிரச்சனை ஆயிடுச்சு.
between a very important believer in the church and me, there was a little rift.
ఆ యొక్క సంఘంలో ముఖ్యమైన విశ్వాసికి నాకు ఒక సమస్య కలిగను.
அந்த இடம் வாங்கி கொடுத்தது அவர்தான், கேட்டு போட்டது அவர்தான், மோட்டார் வச்சு கொடுத்தது அவர்தான், டூ வீலர் அவர்தான், டெலிஃபோன் அவர்தான், அங்க இருக்கிற எல்லாமே அவர்தான்.
All the things in that place, the property, the gate, the two-wheeler, the telephone connection, everything that he had only put up there.
అక్కడున్నవన్నీ కూడా అనగా ఆ యొక్క టెలిఫోనును, ఈ స్థలమును, ఆ యొక్క టూ వీలర్ అన్ని కొనిచ్చినది అన్నీ ఆయనే ఉన్నవి.
அந்த சபையில அதிகமான தசமம் கொடுக்கறதும் அவர்தான்.
He was the one who gave the maximum tithe in the church as well.
సంఘంలో 10వ వంతు ఇచ్చేవాడు కూడా ఆయనే.
சின்ன பிரதரு, அப்ப அவ்வளவு விவரம் தெரியாது, அதனால அவரை கண்டுக்கவே இல்லை நான்.
I did not know things properly because I was young brother, therefore I did not mind him.
నేను చిన్న బ్రదర్ గా ఉంటేనే అంతగా నాకు తెలియదు, నేను పట్టించుకోలేదు.
பயங்கரமான துக்கம் அவருக்கு வந்துவிட்டார்.
He had a great sorrow.
అధికమైన దుఃఖం ఆయనకు వచ్చి ఉన్నది.
தசம பாகம் எடுத்து நேரா அப்போ சென்ட்ரல் பாஸ்டர் லாசரஸ் இங்கே தான் இருக்காரு, அவருக்கு அனுப்பிட்டார்.
He took the tithes and he sent it to the center pastor who was here, Pastor Lazarus at that time.
అప్పుడు సెంటర్ పాస్టర్ లాజరస్ ఇక్కడే ఉంటది కనుక నేరుగా ఆయన దశమభాగం తీసుకొని పంపి ఉన్నాడు.
ஒரு மாசம் வரல, 2 மாசம் வரல, 3வது மாசமும் வரல, దశమభాగం வரல.
The tithe did not come the first month, the second month, even the third month.
1, 2, 3 నెలల వరకు ఆ యొక్క 10వ వంతు నాకు రానులేదు.
కరెంట్ బిల్ எப்படி కట్టறதுன்னு தெரியாது.
I did not know how to pay the power bill.
కరెంట్ బిల్ కట్టడం నాకు తెలియదు.
வீட்டுக்கு அரிசி வாங்குறது எப்படின்னு தெரியாது.
I did not know how to buy rice for the home.
ఆ యొక్క బియ్యాన్ని ఇంటి కొంటకు నాకు తెలియదు.
ஆனாலும் சின்ன வயசு, ரொம்ப பெருமை ஜாஸ்தி.
I was very young and therefore had much pride.
నాకు చిన్న వయసులో చాలా గర్వంగా ఉంటిని.
தாழ்த்துறதுக்கு மனசே இல்ல.
Did not have the mind to humble myself.
తగ్గించుకోవడానికి మనసే లేదు.
நீயா நானா பார்க்கலாம்.
We will see whether it is you or me.
నువ్వా నేనా చూచెదము.
ஆண்டவருடைய நாமத்திற்கு மகிமை உண்டாகட்டும்.
Glory be to the name of the
ప్రభు
Lord.
నామానికి మహిమ కలుగును గాక.
பாஸ்டர் லாசரஸ் வந்து பார்த்தேன்.
I came to see Pastor Lazarus.
పాస్టర్ లాజరస్ గారిని వెళ్ళి చూచిட்டு వెళ్ళి ఉన్నాను.
உன் தசமங்களாம் எனக்கு கிடைச்சிச்சின்னு சொன்னார்.
He said, I got all of your tithe.
నీ యొక్క 10వ వంతు నాకు దొరికిందని చెప్పి ఉన్నారు.
நான் நினைச்சேன் திரும்பி போகும்போது 3 மாசம் தசமாவும் கிடைக்கும் அப்படி ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருந்தேன்.
I was very happy thinking that when I go back, he will give me all the 3 months tithe to me.
తిరిగి వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు నాకు 3 నెలల దశమభాగం దొరికిందని సంతోషంగా ఉంటిని.
அவர் சொல்லிட்டாரு, அது என்னுடையது, உனக்கு கிடையாது அப்படின்ட்டு.
He said, that belongs to me, that is not for you.
అది నాది, అది నీకు కాదని చెప్పాను.
நீ ஜெபம் பண்ணி வாங்கிக்கோ, கர்த்தர் உனக்கு கொடுப்பார் போ.
You go pray and get it, God will give it to you.
నీ ప్రార్థించి తీసుకొని వెళ్ళమని చెప్పి ఉన్నాడు.
ரொம்ப துக்கத்தோட போனேன்.
With great sorrow I returned.
దుఃఖంతోనే వెళ్ళి ఉన్నాను.
ராத்திரி எல்லாம் தூக்கம் வரல.
I could not sleep right through the
రాత్రంతా
night.
నిద్ర రాలేదు.
ஜெபம் பண்ணிக்கொண்டே இருந்தேன்.
I was going on praying.
ప్రార్థించుచు ఉంటిని.
திடீரென்று ஒரு சாதாரண ஒரு ஏழையான ஒரு விசுவாசி வந்தார்.
Suddenly a very poor believer came.
హఠాత్తుగా ఒక బీదవాడైన ఒక విశ్వాసి వచ్చి ఉన్నాడు.
அவர் வந்து என்னோட பேசிக்கிட்டே இருந்தார்.
He was going on talking to me.
ఆయన నాతో మాట్లాడుతూ ఉండిరి.
சபையில ஒரு நல்ல விசுவாசி, அவருக்கு தெரியும் சபையில இருக்கிற மேட்டர்லாம் அவருக்கு தெரியும்.
He was a very good believer of the church, therefore he knew all the matters in the church.
సంఘంలో మంచి విశ్వాస సంఘ కార్యములన్నీ నాకు బాగా తెలుసు.
மெதுவா கேக்குறாரு, அரிசி இருக்கா அரிசி இருக்கா பிரதர் அப்படின்னு கேக்குறாரு.
Very slowly he asked me the question gently, Pastor, brother, do you have rice at the faith home?
అప్పుడు అడిగి ఉన్నారు, బ్రదర్ గారు ఫెయితంలో అరిసి బియ్యం ఉన్నవారు అడిగి ఉన్నాడు.
நான் சொன்னேன், எனக்கு தூக்கம் வருது, தலையாணை கொடுங்க, ஒரு ஷீட் கொடுங்க, போய் படுக்கட்டும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன்.
I said, you're feeling sleepy, therefore I will give you a bed sheet and a pillow, you go and sleep.
ఆయనకి నిద్ర వచ్చింది కనుక నువ్వు షీట్ తల తీసుకుని పండుకోమని చెప్పి ఉన్నాను.
அவர் தூங்க போற மாதிரி இல்ல.
It didn't seem like that he was going
నిద్ర
to sleep.
పెట్టేట్టు ఆయనకి లేడు.
விசுவாச வீட்டுல இருக்கிற பிரச்சனைகள் நிலவரங்களே அவருக்கு தெரியும் என் வாயிலிருந்து அது வரணும்னு அவர் எதிர்பார்த்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார்.
He knew all the troubles that the faithful was facing, but he was expecting that I will tell it from my mouth.
విశ్వాస గృహం సమస్యలకు బాగా తెలిసిందని నా నోటి రావాలని ఎదురు చూచి ఉండిరి.
கொஞ்ச நேரம் அப்படியே பேசிக்கொண்டே இருந்தோம்.
We were talking for a little while.
కొద్దిసేపు అలాగే మాట్లాడుతూ ఉంటిమి.
திடீரென்று என் கை பிடித்தார்.
Suddenly he held my hands.
హఠాత్తుగా నా చేతులు విరిచి ఉన్నారు.
நான் நினைச்சேன் ஏதோ ஒரு 100 ரூபாய் கொடுப்பாரு காணிக்க அப்படின்னு தோத்திரன்னு வாங்கி வச்சிட்டேன்.
I thought he will give me 100 rupees as offering, and I prayed and took it back.
నేను అనుకున్నాను ఏదో 100 రూపాయలు మాత్రమే నాకు ఇచ్చి ఉందని చెప్పి తీసుకొని పెట్టి ఉన్నాను.
எனக்கு கிடைக்க வேண்டிய அந்த அடையாருக்கு வந்ததான அந்த தசமபாகம் அவர் எனக்கு கொடுத்தார்.
The tithe which came to Adaya, which was meant for me, he gave it to me.
ఆ అడియారికి వచ్చిన దశమభాగం అంతా కూడా ఆయన నాకు ఇచ్చి ఉండిరి.
ஆண்டவருடைய நாமத்திற்கு மகிமை உண்டாகட்டும்.
Glory be to the name of the Lord.
ప్రభు నామమునకు మహిమ కలుగును గాక.
அது ஆச்சரியமா இருந்தது.
It was very wonderful.
అది నాకు ఆశ్చర్యంగా ఉండేను.
அது என் விசுவாசத்தை கட்டி எழுப்பக்கூடியதா இருந்தது.
It was able to build up my faith.
అది నాకు విశ్వాసం కట్టి లేపేదిగా ఉండేను.
பிரியமான அன்றைக்கு ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமை, இது சனிக்கிழமை நைட்டு நடந்து நினைக்கிறேன். அன்றைக்கு ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமை அந்த விசுவாசிக்கு பயங்கரமான டோஸ் கொடுத்து ஒரு பிரசங்கம் பண்ணேன்.
I think that was Saturday night that this occurred. On Sunday I gave a good message to the brother who did this.
அந்த வசனம் கொடுத்தது ஆவியானவரா யாருன்னு எனக்கு தெரியாது.
I don't know whether the verse that I got was the Spirit of the Lord or who it was.
கர்த்தர் என் மேய்ப்பராய் இருக்கிறார், நான் தாழ்ச்சி அடையேன்.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
యెహోవా నా కాపరి, నాకు లేమి కలుగదు.
எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும் அந்த சபையில இன்னைக்கு பிரதர் யாருக்கு பிரசங்கம் பண்ணார், அந்த குறிப்பிட்ட ஆளுக்காக பிரசங்கம் பண்ணார், எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும்.
Everybody knows that the past brother has preached only for that specific brother.
సంఘంలో ప్రతివారు తెలుసు ఐకి గుర్తించిన వ్యక్తికే ప్రసంగం చేయుచున్నానని
நான் உணர்த்தப்பட்டேன்.
I was convicted.
నేను గ్రహింపు పొంది ఉన్నాను.
நான் மறுபடியும் அவரை தேடி போனேன்.
I went seeking after him.
ఆ తర్వాత ఆయన వెతికి వెళ్ళి ఉన్నాను.
போய் உட்கார்ந்தேன்.
I sat with him.
పోయి కూర్చొని ఉంటే
ரொம்ப நேரமா யாருமே வரல.
For a long time many people didn't
చాలా
come.
సేపటికి ఎవరు రాలేదు.
ஒவ்வொருத்தரா வந்தார்கள்.
Then one by one people came.
ఒక్కొక్కరుగా వచ్చిరి.
எனக்கு டீ வேணும்னு கேட்டேன்.
I said I want some tea.
నాకు ఒక టీ కావాలని అడిగి ఉన్నాను.
அவங்க சொன்னாங்க பால் இல்லைன்னு சொன்னாங்க.
They said there's no milk at
పాలు లేవని చెప్పిరి.
சரி தண்ணி கொடுங்கன்னு கேட்டேன்.
Then I said give me water.
లేకపోతే నీళ్ళు ఇవ్వమని అడిగి ఉన్నాను.
எப்படியாவது ஒப்புரவு ஆகணுமே.
Somehow we should be reconciled.
ఎలాగైనా సమాధాన పడవాలని
அன்றைக்கு அவங்க எல்லாரோடும் கூட ஒப்புரவாகி மன்னிப்பு கேட்டு சாரி தெரியாம பேசிட்டேன், புத்தி இல்லாம பேசிட்டேன், அறிவு இல்லாம பேசிட்டேன், உங்களை ரொம்ப துக்கப்படுத்திட்டேன், மன்னிப்பு கேட்டு அவங்களோட ஒப்புரவாகிட்டு வந்தேன்.
Then that day I asked forgiveness from all of them and saying that I spoke foolishly without any wisdom, and that day I reconciled with them.
నేను వారితో సమాధాన పడి నీ తెలివి లేక ఏదో బుద్ధి లేకుండా మాట్లాడి ఉన్నాను, క్షమించమని వారితో సమాధానంగా అడిగి మాట్లాడి వచ్చి ఉన్నాను.
உங்களுடைய தேவைகளின் போது உங்களுடைய கரத்தை யாருக்கு நேராக நீட்டுகிறீர்கள்?
When you have the need, to whom are you stretching forth your hand?
నీకు ఒక అవసరం ఉన్నప్పుడు నీ చేతులు ఎవరైపు చాపుతూ ఉన్నారు?
கடன் வாங்க கூடாது என்பது நம்முடைய உபதேசமாக இருக்கிறது.
It is our teaching that you should not take the loan.
అప్పు తీసుకోకూడదు మనకు ఉపదేశంగా ఉన్నది.
கடன் கொடுத்தா கூட நீங்க வாங்காதீங்க.
Even if somebody offers you debt or loan, don't take that.
అప్పు ఇచ్చినాక మీరు తీసుకోకుండా ఉండండి.
உங்களுடைய தேவைகளுக்காக உன்னதமான தேவனுக்கு நேராக உங்களுடைய கரங்களை உயர்த்துங்கள்.
For your needs, lift up your hands towards the Most High God.
మీ యొక్క అవసరం కొరకై సర్వోన్నత దేవుని చేతులు పైకెత్తండి.